Hello Capricorn, this is Kathy from Tarot Me a Story. Happy New Year. I'm doing a reading with the angel Faerie'S, the Faerie'S Oracle, by Brian FROUD. F-R-O-U-D. So, I'm learning these cards, so I'm laying them out, figuring out the reading, and then I'll just tell you. So what I want to do is to center ourselves and invite in your spirit guides and angels. So if there's a message here for you, you'll hear it. Okay, so we start by putting our feet flat on the floor. Imagine a cable going down from the base of our spine down to the center of the earth, connecting our light to the light of the center of the earth. Imagine your angels and guides coming in with information through the top of your head, and just relax and listen to the gong, and this is how you can connect with them. One more time. Okay, so these cards are a trip. They're not tarot. They're very different. We're connecting with fairies. Okay, so it's totally cool. So the first card we got is the Oak Man. This is a wonderful story here that I'm getting, a wonderful message. We have the Oak Man, his message is about wisdom and ancient wisdom. And then we have the Singer of Courage. And it came in reverse, so it's asking you to be courageous. And it connects with these other cards in another way. So it's asking you to be courageous, and it's saying that courage is doing the right thing even if you're afraid, or not letting fear stop you from doing what you want to do, what you know is right, what you need to do. And the next two cards, this one here is a lot like the Fool card, with him stepping off, kind of like stepping off a cliff or stepping in onto a new path, like the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, if anyone's familiar with him, stepping onto a new path that no one has ever walked before, and going arm in arm with his guides and angels. And so not being afraid to follow that voice. And then we have this the Spirit Dancer. This is about a new creative adventure, freedom and creativity and free-spirited expression. Now we get to something else that could be a potential issue. Is when you don't see, we got the Sage reversed. This is such a flippin' cool card. I get to turn this so the light doesn't reflect. You know what? If I turn one of those lights down or off, let's see if we don't get the reflection. That's better. This is the Sage, and he came in reversed, and so did Ask the Monancer. The thing with the fairies, the less you understand, they don't want you to understand too much about them, because then I think it's too much familiarity, and you will. It's difficult to explain. I read it, I got it, and then I can't say it. So these this one here, both of these two are when you don't listen to your guidance. Like, all great artwork and writing is channeled. It's really, maybe the artist isn't even aware that they're channeling, but it comes through spirit. If human ego writes it, it's garbage. You know, it's the Jerry Springer show. You know, I mean, it's just trash. I don't know if that guy's still around. I don't watch that crap. But, you know, it's just garbage. So this is like a caution here that you need to stay connected. See, he steps off his creative adventure. He steps off the cliff with his adventure, arm in arm with his spirit guides. And then we have the free expression. Okay, and if you get lost on the path, and like I'm a writer, so I'm a lot of things, a writer, an artist, and a designer. Should I do the list? When a writer gets writer's block, what that is they started writing what they want the story to be and not what Spirit's saying. And then you get stuck, and then you can't write anymore, and it's not making sense, and it's no good, and it's no longer magical. And that's what this is about, getting too involved with other people think. That's what this card can be about. It's like you get too involved, and your ego gets involved, and then you're not listening to your spirit, you're not listening to intuition, and you're cut off from the source. And the source is your higher self, your angels, your guides, whichever guides are coming through you in this wonderful creative adventure. Okay, so when you stop listening to spirit, you end up your work, your art, your creativity basically becomes garbage and led by the ego. And so they're asking you, along with the Singer of Courage, to have the courage to be true to yourself. Have the courage not to be influenced by what other people think. That's what this is about. The Singer of Courage came in upside down. That means you have a tendency to go off into trying to please other people or what other people would like or think, you know, instead of just doing something completely new on an original path that nobody else has walked. That's art. That's great work. That's where it's at. So, and then when I finished putting down the 6 cards, I put down a final card. And the final card is the final message. And what we got is Hojab, these names are Celtic. So Jihab, G is the first initial. Jihab is about imaginary fears. See when I was a kid, the monsters under the bed, you know, the tree outside the window that looks like hands and looks scary. Imaginary things that aren't real, imaginary fears. And the imaginary fears with your creativity or being afraid. The imaginary fears, I'm hearing real clear, the imaginary fears with creativity is being afraid it won't be accepted. The thing is when you do something original, it's not about being accepted or it's not about anybody else liking it. It's that you did what you were supposed to do. You did what you came here to do. The greatest artists weren't appreciated until after they were dead. So, you know, don't judge the crap out of yourself and don't try to please other people. Don't give in. The Singer of Courage. Do not give in to other people's ideas. See, this is also about giving in to other people's ideas. And the Sage reversed is the opposite of wisdom. There's no wisdom when you've lost connection with the higher source, with the guidance that brings this wonderful message to you. I hope that was helpful. This is Kathy from Tarot Me a Story. The main message here is your creativity. You're going to start a new creative adventure. You need to follow the oak man, which is wisdom, to be wise about it and not let yourself be influenced by what you think would other people would like or other people's opinions. I hope that made sense. This is Kathy from Tarot Me a Story. Happy New Year. Love you.